now at 4, for the first time in 25 years, the NBA Finals is here in Indianapolis. The Pacers and Thunder, they're ready, and it's going to be a charged-up environment inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
And we are ready too. We are outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. I'm Jenny Runovich ahead of the finals tonight. We'll show you all the fun that awaits fans here at Bicentennial Plaza.
And we're watching the temperatures warm up as we head to the 80s for the rest of our forecast. I'll let you know what to expect. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News at 4.
Well, for the first time in 25 years, the Pacers are hosting an NBA Finals game. In just a few hours, they'll face the Oklahoma City Thunder at Gainbridge. And we have live team coverage, so we want you to stay with us. Good afternoon. I'm Felicia Lawrence. Thank you so much for joining us here for 13 News at 4. Anne Marie is my co-anchor today, and she's live downtown where all the action's gonna be tonight. Anne, I know you're just holding it all in.
I tell you what, Felicia, this is really, really exciting. We are 4.5 hours away from tip-off, but walking around the streets of downtown Indianapolis, and especially in this block around the field house, you really get the sense that something big is about to happen, but some time from now. Already today in Bicentennial Unity Plaza right behind me, Pat McAfee hosted his show today, and that is a show that is not only a local star, but that has a national following, and the fact that they're putting it here shows the interest in this game tonight. We saw fans that are from Oklahoma City that are walking around in packs, and we've seen a lot of gold too. Jenny Runovich is down here with me today as well. She's on the other side of the plaza with what she's seeing there. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Anne Marie. You know, the fans are kind of just starting to arrive because we still are 4.5 hours away from tip-off, but we wanted to give you a little look at the atmosphere. So we'll take you on to Bicentennial Plaza. Up ahead, you can see this is where folks will come in as they come in for the watch party later tonight. They've got this great replica of the Larry O'Brien Trophy in here. They have this very cool scene with flowers, with Pacers flowers. And then, of course, Gainbridge Fieldhouse on the inside is all set for a gold out. So coming up tonight, or today rather, at 4:30, we are going to take you inside, kind of show you all the gear that fans are going to get who actually get to go to the game. We'll take you inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse at 4:30. And
all right, thanks so much, Jenny. 18,200 tickets issued for tonight inside, 1,000 to watch on the party here outside. The gates here will open at 6:30. Of course, this is all about the game. Dom and Eli get us ready for this big matchup tonight. Hi, guys.
Well, Anne Marie, look, this has been 25 years in the making. This day, the NBA Finals is here in Indianapolis. The Pacers and Thunder tied up at a game apiece. What more could you possibly ask for on this beautiful June day here in the heart of our city? It's going to be charged up in Gainbridge Fieldhouse here behind me. It's the calm before the storm right now, but we're inching closer and closer to game time. Look, the goal for the Pacers was always to split in Oklahoma City to start this series. That place is virtually impossible to win, and the Pacers, they did their job. Come back home with this series tied up because we know just how much of a home court advantage Gainbridge provides. There's no doubt about that. I can't wait to see what we have in store tonight. Miles Turner telling us why coming back home is so crucial here for Game 3.
The city's been waiting for an opportunity like this. I expect a hell of an environment tomorrow. I know what it's going to be, and exciting times just for everybody. Just to experience the finals here in Indianapolis. Just being back, it's good energy, man. Again, being back in front of our home fans is big. I think that being able to stick to your regular routine, sleep in your own bed, get your own meals, all that type of stuff is a big factor, and I think it's going to be important for us to protect our home court.
What an opportunity for the Pacers here at home tonight. It is all about protecting home court and taking a 2-1 series lead to the next game for Indiana. But in order to do that, they got to play better. Look, it's no secret. Oklahoma City has outplayed them in the first 2 games of this series. So a great opportunity here tonight. It's going to start with a charged up Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Eli Gain is going to be live for us coming up at 4:30, and both of us will be live for you throughout the 5 and 6 o'clock hours here on 13 News. You feel the buzz in the air. It's almost here. Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
All right, Dom, thanks so much. Buzz indeed. And I tell you what, you hear Miles Turner talking about the fans and the support that they've had here. That has been demonstrated thousandfold when you look at the people that have showed up for a watch party that came down here and packed the field house all to watch the screen that was lowered on the big scoreboard here at the field house. So we're going to talk more about the fan engagement that is unprecedented, unlike they've ever seen before, Felicia, as our coverage continues here a little bit later at 4. Back to you.
All right, Anne-Marie, we will check in with you throughout the afternoon. And not everyone who's heading downtown will be there because of tonight's big game. Some are actually planning to protest. Not the game, but what's happening across the country involving ICE detaining undocumented immigrants. Emily Longnecker is here to share a little bit more.
Yeah, Felicia, I spoke with some of the people who will be at tonight's protest, and they're trying to get their message out to as many people as possible. And tonight they'll have a much bigger stage, many more eyes on them with Game 3 of the finals happening. The Party for Socialism and Liberation says they're one of several groups expected to gather on the sidewalk outside of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. They spent the afternoon making signs to hold up at tonight's planned demonstration. They say they're protesting ongoing ICE raids across the country. Now, this past week, we've seen marches in major cities across the country against those raids, with President Donald Trump sending in the National Guard and a few hundred United States Marines to Los Angeles. That move itself has received pushback both from those involved in the demonstrations, along with California Governor Gavin Newsom. Some of that frustration also being felt here.
People are angry, the people are angry and the people have a right to be angry. I'm a therapist, and so that's, people have the right to feel how they feel. And, because there's a basketball game happening doesn't mean that somebody's going to shut off their emotions. It doesn't mean that people are still not being kidnapped. Yes, there's a basketball game happening, and people are losing their children. People are losing their husbands and, their fathers and their mothers, right? So a basketball game seems trivial.
IMPD says it's adjusted staffing to provide a strong and visible police presence in and around Gainbridge Fieldhouse and throughout downtown. They're also getting support from the Indiana State Police. They say fans can expect to see officers on foot, in patrol cars, on bikes, horseback, in ATVs, and some you may not see. IMPD released a statement about tonight's police presence, which said in part, quote, "We are aware of a potential demonstration planned for this evening. IMPD fully respects the constitutional rights of all community members to peacefully assemble and express their views. Our top priority is the safety of our visitors and all who call Indianapolis home." Now, according to the city, gatherings under 250 people that are in a public space like a sidewalk and not getting in the way of pedestrians or traffic are allowed to happen without a special permit. The city says Gainbridge Fieldhouse has its own permit tonight to allow for sidewalk and road closures. We know that around the Fieldhouse. Bottom line, there are going to be thousands of people downtown, Pacers and OKC fans certainly, and now some people who plan to protest.
Okay, Emily, thank you for bringing us this. Folks can be on alert and, of course, be able to make some safe decisions.
Sure.
All right, let us talk about the weather, okay? So here's what you're looking at. It's been a beautiful day. We've had a lot of sunshine, but it's also been a hazy day. Does this have to do with Canada?
It does. That's that wildfire smoke we've been talking about for really the past couple of weeks or so. I think you're going to have to deal with it off and on for at least the next couple of days, and it may lead to some air quality concerns. But temperatures are warming up, plenty of sunshine. I think we're headed for a much warmer part of our forecast. Let's talk about some of those temperatures, because now our temperature map is showing mostly 80s. There's still a few 70s on the board here, but 84 for Eagle Creek, 82 at the airport, 84 in Shelbyville. There's an 88 showing up to the west. And by the way, we're going to start to move part of this air mass into central Indiana, and that means that our temperatures are expected to warm up over the next couple of days. So not much more warming in our forecast. This is about where we'll go for our high temperature, probably within a couple of degrees of this. We may add another degree or two, especially with those southwest winds continuing. Look at the temperatures to the west. It's 92 right now in Des Moines, and that southwest wind is kicked in. Now it's first going to bring in the warmer air. but at some point we'll start to see the humidity begin to creep up as well. In fact, you can already start to see some of the clouds begin to filter in from the south and west, but in the short term, clear skies are going to be expected. For the forecast for tonight, temperatures will likely stay into the 80s. They'll start to slowly cool down. Then we'll end up into the 70s by game end. I think we'll see plenty of clear skies with maybe just a couple of clouds filtering in. Otherwise, mostly clear for tonight. 63 for the overnight low. And looking ahead to Thursday, a little bit warmer than where we are today. And because the humidity is up a bit, we're looking at a few more clouds that are returning to the forecast. Now, as far as traffic goes, we are keeping an eye on things when it comes to traffic as far as what's happening with most of the areas, especially downtown, where we do expect the traffic to be pretty intense over the next several hours or so. Already starting to see some backups. Looks like most of this is outbound traffic. Meridian you see there, and then southbound on Interstate 65 between the splits. That's Interstate 65. This is near Lebanon. You are looking the traffic there, but this is the one I wanted to show you. This is that 65 southbound traffic. We know that there's construction just past the south split. It is not closed, but it is down to 2 lanes. And of course, that has been backing up for the past several weeks between the 2 splits. That's continuing. We're seeing that right now. And as more people begin to head downtown, we're only going to see this situation deteriorate.
Tens of thousands of people expected downtown tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rob. And the war of words between President Trump and the world's richest man just took a new twist. What Elon Musk is now saying about his rift with the leader of the free world.